Welcome to Wodmas Day 10. Today, no workout. We're having a discussion about what mistakes you are making when it comes to getting fitter, dropping body fat, putting on muscle, feeling great in your own skin. And that's how we're bringing in double-digit day Wodmas, right? Day 10. Can't believe it's day 10. December is absolutely flying by. This past weekend was all about gift shopping. And man, it was hard to stay on track. But that's okay, right? Life kind of ebbs and flows, especially with this during this time, which is why I created Wodmas, to kind of give you those workout snacks or those nutrition tips for the holiday season. If you don't know what Wodmas is, it's 25 days of fitness up until Christmas, and we are on day 10. Holy crap, day 10. So today I'm talking about your mistakes, right? Here's what you're doing wrong, and in my opinion, top 5 fatal mistakes you're making with regards to your health and fitness goals. And it's not only going to be 5, I've added a couple more in there. So here they are. Number 1 is trying to get leaner, right? With working out, we think, oh, the leaner I look, and I was of this same group early on. I thought the more my abs popped, the more my muscles showed, the healthier and fitter I was, which is not necessarily the case here, because for a lot of individuals, the leaner you get, the more stress we put on our body, the more our body is fighting for its life, essentially. But for real, it's just adding more stress onto our body. So if you're super lean, things are gonna get messed up. You probably get a bit sicker more consistently. Your hormonal profile is kind of out of whack. Libido's low, very moody, things like that. So we're going to talk about things you should be doing versus what you're currently doing. And so number 1 is continue to get leaner. Lean. Number 2 is eat clean. I hear this all the time. Oh, I just need to eat clean, chicken and broccoli. Just eliminate everything. All or nothing. I'm eating clean. Get rid of all of it. The thing is, to do that overnight and go all in on something like that is going to be a recipe for disaster, and you end up screwing yourself over in the long run, because then you have not had a moment to indulge or just go to a holiday party or celebrate or whatever, and it's driving you a little bit mad. And then when you do, you feel like a big fat failure. You hate on yourself, and things kind of snowball potentially. And then 2-3 weeks go by, you've eaten whatever you wanted, you've felt sorry for yourself, and then you kind of come to, and you're like, holy crap, how did I get here? So eating clean is something that a lot of people think they need to be doing to get relatively fit, drop body fat, and build some muscle. Now, eating clean well within reason is important, right? We do want nutrient-dense foods and foods that support our goals, but not a completely total wipeout and clean slate of everything we eat. You can still have some of your fun foods, right? There's no good food or bad food. It's more so energy dense versus nutritionally dense, right? And we'll talk about that in a little bit. Number 3, more workouts. So many people think that they need to work out more. They need to add more training. They need to add more running. They need to add more cycling, cardio, this, that, and the third. When are you going to rest? When is your body going to recover? Your body literally builds muscle in that recovery mode, right? Like when you're training and working out, that's when you're breaking down the muscle. When you're sleeping and eating and recovering and taking rest, that's where the magic happens. So if you're working out 3, 4, 5 times a week, and then you're adding in more, you could potentially really be screwing yourself up. Sorry, I'm just setting up my laptop here and it was about to fall off the little thing I had it on. So yeah, in this case, less is more. And you probably see it online. People that are relatively fit who train 3 or 4 times a week and that's it. Or they're in the gym 40 minutes and that's it. Unless you're really training for a specific goal, like you're weightlifting, powerlifting, crossfitting, like Ironman, marathon training, like specific, and you really need to add in those training hours and the volume to get to your goal, then yes, okay, fine. But if you just want to look good and feel good, you don't need to be doing more workouts. If anything, you'd be much better suited getting your consistent 3 to 4 workouts a week and using that other time that you would use training on the more boring stuff, like your nutrition, like meal prepping, like your diet. You'd see a lot bigger change in your body just by focusing on that more than just running more, right? Other thing is energy. The next mistake is all the pre-workouts or all the energy drinks and the coffees. I'm drinking 3 coffees a day, or I'm on 2 C4s, right? I've got to get it in. I'm working hard at my job, and then I'm coming into the gym, and I got to get it in. Like, yeah, sure, for sure, you do need to get it in, but dude, after you have like 1 or 2 drinks at max in terms of energy, like coffees or actual energy drinks, you're kind of like tapped out. Over 400 milligrams of caffeine, you kind of start to teeter off, especially if you're having that in the evening. Like I'll see people rip energy drinks in the evening, and I've done it too, and that ends up really affecting your sleep here, right? If you're not sleeping, you're not recovering, like what's going on, you know? So people think they need more energy drinks. Another thing is like supplements to help with sleep. Magnesium, which is a great supplement, don't get me wrong, or melatonin gummies, or CBD, right? Like all these things to help them sleep. But like, have you looked at your sleep hygiene? Like, what are you doing before you sleep? Because if you're doing the things that aren't going to support your sleep environment, and then you're just wasting money you're literally pouring money into the toilet, wasting it on supplements. Similar with the energy drinks. Like if your sleep's messed up, and it's not something that you can't avoid, right? Like if you're a new parent, sorry dude, like you're not gonna sleep. You get a new puppy, sorry, you're probably not gonna sleep. You know, they're gonna be chewing on the corner of your desk, or chewing through your sneaker at 1 a.m, or peeing in the bed, or diarrhea on the floor, right? Like that's what it is, and that's okay. But if you don't have those outside variables, and you can't control your sleep, but you're not, and you're just spending money on subs, yeah, you're making a mistake. The next mistake is jumping from program to program. If you're not on a program, number one, you should definitely get on one, okay? Because if you're just in the gym doing whatever, homie, like, you're gonna plateau. After those beginner gains, you're gonna plateau, and then you're just kind of hanging out here. If you're not following something that's showing progressive, like overload, you're showing your or you're seeing your strength increase over time, or you're getting more reps, or like your time under tension is improving, following a specific program it is very important. And if you're not, and you're just kind of in there doing whatever, right? Like maybe you're maintaining, and if that's what you want, fine. But if you want to improve, that's not going to be the right thing. And then there's those other people who just hop on a program for 3 or 4 weeks, and then they're like, I'm not really improving. Let me hop to the next thing. And it's like, hey, no, you actually need to put in some time, energy, and effort here, right? It's not going to happen overnight. Follow the program all the way through, finish it, right? Whether that's 4 months or 6 months, and then see and assess like, hey, what's going on? Especially if you're working with a coach, you can have open conversations about things, right? If it's not some cookie cutter program and you're working one-to-one with somebody, ask them questions. Hey, why are we doing this? What should I be expecting? You know, be open, be vocal, especially if you're paying for a service. If you find a program online, follow that. And I'm sure there's other people in the space who have been doing it, so you can ask them questions, right? There's plenty of help out there. Don't just jump from program to program, or else you'll never see a good result. You're just like party hopping, when in actuality, if you just stayed for the first party you were at, you probably had the best time because you waited it out. And in the end, that's when all the magic happened, okay? The last thing is focusing on others, comparing yourself to others, getting in your head about that. Oh, look at so-and-so, they're been doing this for the last 3 months and their results are amazing. Oh my God, why are they doing that and I'm not able to do that, right? Stop comparing yourself. Everyone has their own journey. They're going through their own stuff right now. Some people, it's harder for others. That's just the way it is, right? So stop comparing yourself to others. Focus on you. And I promise you things will get a lot easier because you're not constantly in your head and doing this comparison thing, okay? So those were the mistakes. Here's the corrections, right? Number 1, we said people want to focus on getting leaner. Instead, you should focus on getting stronger, putting on more muscle. The more muscle you have, the higher your metabolism. Your body burns more energy, burns more calories at rest than someone with less muscle. So you don't need to get leaner. You need to get stronger. Especially just putting on muscle changes your look, changes your shape, right? The more muscle you have, the stronger you are in the gym. And that's a big confidence boost as well when weights are moving easily. So just get stronger versus getting leaner. There's a time and a place to go through a fat loss phase. It's not all year round, okay? That's number 1. Number 2 is, instead of restricting, let's eat more. Eat enough to support your body and what you're working towards, right? Eat your maintenance calories. Again, like I said previously, there's a time and a place for fat loss where you're in that calorie deficit. I would limit that 8 to 12 weeks. I wouldn't go any longer than that. In the other time, you should be doing some kind of maintenance, or maybe a build where you're eating a little bit more, 10 to 20% more calories, focusing on your training and improving that and building more muscle. Those kind of go hand in hand. So eat enough, focus on addition versus restriction. So eat enough, add more greens, add more vegetables, add more protein, add more complex carbohydrates, add more fats, add more, versus restricting and saying, oh, I'm going to eliminate all carbohydrates. I'm going to eliminate, go low fat. I'm going to just go eat high protein. I'm going to eliminate vegetables and only eat fruit. Like, dude, you're going to drive yourself crazy. So add in more versus restriction. And eat enough to support your body. We said energy drinks and melatonin gummies and things like that. We said more workouts. These all go hand in hand with rest. Okay, you need more rest and recovery. That again is where all the magic happens. That's where we're building more muscle. Everything kind of gets a nice reset. So instead of adding in more workouts and more pre-workout and more supplements, right? Focus on your rest. Focus on sleeping more. Incorporate a wind down routine. Something I like to have clients do is either meditate. If they don't like to meditate, grab a journal, jot down everything, do a data dump, write it all out, how the day went. That kind of helps calm people down. You can use the stretching routine that I provided with you guys for Wodmas Day 9 as something to do before bed to kind of calm down and ease into it, right? If we had a stressful day and we're just in that fight or flight mode, we need something to pull us down into that rest and digest mode to prep our body for sleep. So improve your sleep hygiene, add in a wind down routine, right? Set an alarm. Hey, if I'm trying to go to bed by 10:30 p.m., set an alarm for 9:30. Say, hey, I'm going to bed in an hour. What do I need to do on my checklist in that hour to set me up for a successful night's sleep? Okay. The other thing is patience and consistency, right? Stop jumping from program to program. Just be patient here. If you're patient and consistent, great things will happen with anything, right? If you're patient and consistent, you will win in the end. It's not only with fitness and muscle and body fat and health and wellness. Just be consistent. I'd rather you be 75% on in the year, 75% on and 25% off during the year versus you 100% on for 2 months out of the year, and then everything else is kind of just a shitstorm, right? Where it's like really just a big roller coaster ride, and you had 2 months of like peak awesome stuff, but then the rest was just garbage. It's sprinkled with some good stuff in there. Right, so I'd rather you 75% consistent, because in 365 days out of the year, man, it's going to be a world of a difference. And then the last thing, right, is just like I said earlier, just to focus on you. You're running your own race, and it's not a sprint, right? It's a marathon. This is a long thing. You want to do this for life. So stop focusing on others and what they're doing and how they're doing it. Yes, you can have a conversation with them. You can pick their brain. Maybe what they're doing might work for you, but again, they're living their own life. They have their own lifestyle. They have their own schedule, right? Everything's different. So just because it worked for them doesn't mean it's going to work for you. Okay? So yeah, there really is no quick fixes for anything. It's all just slow grind, a slow burn. So find some things that you want to work on. Pick one thing, get good at that. Excuse me. Then you add in another. Get good at that. Then you add in another, and you just keep habit stacking until eventually you become this brand new person. Okay? So I hope this helped. This is Wodmas Day 10. We talked about mistakes. We talked about course correction. Yeah. I'll see you tomorrow for Wodmas Day 11. I think we're going to bring you a spicy little workout. Okay? So, I'll talk to you soon. You have an amazing day. Wodmas.